Shit. Damn. I don't know. Alright. got it now. What the hell? Boss fights. Right here.
Yeah, the homie Quaalu, man, and Connect Work and Uncle Beast, man, collaborate that. Appreciate that, know what I'm saying? He always come through, hit us with that fire, know what I'm saying? So we can present it be all GBA Nation, man, and all the new people that come through and pop with us, man. Know what I'm saying? The new radio, man. We just ain't 24/7 just yet. Just ain't 24/7 just yet. But we getting there. We definitely getting there. And once we add all these programs and pieces into it, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Cause everybody gets to, you know, take of it. This ain't even about enriching my pockets. I don't make nothing from this. I do it because it's a good way to network, build, and find like-minded individuals and dreamers, believers out there. You know what I mean? Everybody got a dream. It's just what happened to it. Somebody else's rules altered it. Came into the world, you're already inside of a crooked game, so you gotta play with your own set of rules to try and get that edge or that, you know, against everybody else. Think of it like this: what we had, what, about 8 billion people on this planet. So you gotta come up with something totally different that eight other, you know, 7 point whatever amount ain't coming up with at the same time. like to just say, look at the youth. Look at what the youth into. A lot of people miss that. The kids, the children are the future. The stuff that we don't grew out of, they're playing and stuff with. Commercials, toys, all kinds of different lanes to jump in. And people making stuff all the time. How many times did we done seen a Clue revamped? Legos. How many replica Legos is out they're out there? All different kinds of patterns and shapes to make different kinds of stuff and all kinds of connecting doohickeys and gadgets and stuff like that. Hey, somebody play with it. If it's sitting there and you ain't got nothing to do, you play with it. Need something to pass time. Hey, that's really what it is. Something to get people past time. It's gonna sell. Music's hard to do. If you think about it, you gotta sell it. You gotta first you gotta have the product. So you gotta pay to get the product. You want the best of the product. Then you gotta push it. Gotta push it. We got it streamlined nowadays to where you just put it up on the website. It's there. You already got it digitized. Now if you pay the subscription, on top of the many of these many number of podcasts, and then we bump your stuff, so then it gets pushed like that. You know, might have to pay a fee. Might not have to pay a fee. You know what I'm saying? When I first started doing music, shit, you had to pay. Right. I paid the DJ. Spin the house party. He gave me a whole explanation of why he didn't want to spin it. And gave me a price. And then I came back a couple weeks. Made his price and he spun my shit. He liked it. So he started bumping. But I had to pay to play. Had to pay to play. Such as everything. She looking bad and fine and you looking like mad. You know? I might just see stuff different. Usually when I'm looking at a woman, I see a price tag. Not just to say to procure her for momentarily pleasures or whatever. No, I'm looking at a price tag. I'm trying to see that and where that might potentially go. Could that be a potential good partner? Is that a good move for me? What she got going on for her? I don't want to I have to come in and then I gotta play Superman. You drowning thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. You wanna stun and floss and look like that, and then you just like, hey, nobody's trying to help me out. It's like, damn, you put yourself like that. And then I gotta be the scapegoat? Hey, I ain't at that level, shit. You know, shit. Even if I was on that level, like, man, shoot, what some of them call it? I don't know, most people. What they do, gold digging or something like that. That's some of it. Like, hey, I see a lot of those videos pop up left and right. Pull up with a nice ride, or don't look like you matched the ride. And then when she see the ride, she like, oh, I need that ride. Hey, is that your car? Yeah, let me hop up in here. Where we going? Oh, I'm about to go here. Where you going? You can back up south. I like them reactions because then you watch the chick's reaction and then they be like, don't record me and stuff like that. I ain't even that type of person. And it's like, okay, explore that a little bit. You're not that type of person. We hear that a lot. When you get caught up in something, it wasn't you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I ain't say that. I ain't do that. Nah, man. Nah. Come on. Come on. Really, you coming like that? perfect depiction, but I wasn't trying to make it look like anybody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, each their own. If the shit fits, it might be. But some people freak out like that. They freak the fuck out like that and be like, "What? What is he doing? What's going on? Hey, what's going on?" What you think, Grim, when you come across some videos and somebody just on the live and they just going fucking straight ape shit? What you think of them shits? Like, yo, I sit there most of the time, like, I think it's clickbait. And I'll sit there for a moment and just watch, trying to see maybe something going on. Like, hmm? And then you come find out it was just the whole plot. It was just the whole plot. That's their way. You go look at their channel, they've been doing it for like the longest time and it's working for them. So it's like, oh, okay. So this is the style right there. Okay. Just get on here and be mad all the time. What the fuck? Wow. Who would think that people really want to see that? I thought people want to see empowerment, knowledge, whatever, entertainment, whatever. Now somebody just screaming at this shit, and then every time when somebody come in, they just get mad at them. I seen the young man do it earlier. I said, "Oh snap!" He said, "Yo, it's a crash out festival. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody." And then the screen froze. His screen froze and it just stuck on that little 3-second clip and he just had it on there and it was like, fuck everybody. And then when you go to the channel now, it just, and chat's just, what's going on? What is this? What are y'all doing here? I said the clickbait is real.
Mm.
Clickbait is real. 2025 is still alive. It is still alive and going. And we've been pointing this out so many years ago. When we were only live on one platform, we pointed this out. It's like, yo, once this internet hits this point, once it start getting integrated and we start getting more and more tech everywhere, and then we start getting these models built up and this language collective. What they said in Terminator and shit, the Skynet, the Skynet, that shit been here. Nobody care about that. We can have a Sarah Connor come right now and be like, oh, the Skynet is activated, guys, and we're gonna be like, okay, yeah. What's that? A new app? That's that new app? Okay. What's it on? Google? Amazon? Gotcha. That new Sky, that new Sky Tech. Hey, Grim, get that new Sky Tech, though.
Mm.
Crazy woman just running by talking about Skynet's active and shit. We gotta get that shit. We don't want to miss out. How many people already on there? Because we already might be behind, you know? They probably had this in development for about a year and a half. So when we
You
get on
talking
there,
about that
we gotta
Elon
hang
Mustang?
tight because, you know, all them big guys are already on the screen. You know, they had it for about a year and a half. And that's funny because a lot of people pay attention to like views and counts and stuff like that. And it's kind of wild because every day a new platform's made. Like anybody know about Moonbeam? How many people on Moonbeam? Because it's real hard to get on Moonbeam right now. We got on through a Twitch guy that we rock with. You know what I'm saying? He used to be one of my clients. This guy used to buy the Pokemans from me. So I had met on Pokemans. And then the guy actually went and played Pokemon and came like top in like the county and shit. So it was like, oh, okay, word. But he had brought us on his team for the Moonbeam. Moonbeam looks just like Discord, but way better. And you can multicast all your shits from out of Moonbeam at a way faster speed. So it's like not even needing Discord at all. Because you can just have your own community in there and stuff. So we on his team. the circulation. Start getting people inside our community on that. The, the guy that brought us in, like he got a nice sized community, and they see GBA. Some of them starting to switch over to GBA. That's the cool part. And most of them ain't even rock with YouTube. They don't like using Google. And so every time I get on YouTube, I got ads. I don't feel like paying $10. I say, hey, you paying $10? Where you tuning in from? Your phone? Damn. You ain't on the desktop, got a little laptop, your TV. There's all kinds of apps that's out there where you ain't even got the stuff, especially if you're on desktop. Like it's kind of shame on you if you have a computer and like any streamers that might need help with this. You're playing YouTube or whatever and you're getting ads. You origin, man. You origin. Free, free software. Blocks ads off YouTube. So you get to watch all your shows. Might get an occasional buffer, but you can also get around that buffer. See, the buffer is off your network. You got a lot of links open on your tab, or you trying to preload a lot of stuff, it goes off your network. Especially YouTube, see? YouTube has this algorithm. When there's no lives on YouTube, YouTube likes to refresh the server. Push all the content up to where they need to. Cycle through the new allotment of ads that come down the pipe that they gotta push. You know, they gotta get their bread too. Especially the time. That's why they look at these times. They give you analytics. Looking at, oh, okay, how long was he live? How much traffic did he generate? Right, they're looking for all that before they give you a partnership. Mm-hmm. And if you guys usually something to talk about, people tap in. They usually tap in. If you don't, then they're just gonna look at the screen and be like, well, what else is on? What you think, Grim? If we turned on YouTube right now and you came across and was channel flipping the lives and shit, and you just seen a picture on the screen and shit, and nothing's happened, no kind of discussion, you didn't even feel like you even wanted to be there and shit. You ain't even gonna be there. You're gonna turn to the next shit. That's how the algorithm work,
mm,
right? Because automatically YouTube, if you think about it, when you go back and look in your settings, YouTube will automatically scroll through shorts if you have it set up. By default, it doesn't. But even though it's on that video and it plays over and over and over, and you got your kid in the back that's just like, God damn, I'm tired of hearing that. Right, you done heard the same fucking rocky ass sound for about an hour before you done spazzed out. And then you see the thing on the screen and like, what the fuck were they even watching? Somebody do something stupid and they were watching. And then you're like, how did this even get into the algorithm for the kids side of the YouTube? And they think that the kids side is safe, it ain't. You know how much stuff you can do with just black and white and the color red? Really? You can make all kinds of stuff. You can make you can go back and make black and white cartoons with violence. Throw a little red in there. What else looks red? Blood. Yeah, draw guns and all kinds of stuff. Little stick figure guys. Nothing harmless with a little stick figure guy. It's just the intention of the person that's presenting the art. What are they trying to put out there? Hmm. What are they trying to put out there to your kids and shit on that side when they putting out these
mm.
black and white shits? People don't think that. They give the kid the electronic device. You take it from the kid nowadays, shit, they spaz the fuck out. They go fucking full on ape shit.
Right.
You got kids now. We used to take their shit, they fucking start yelling and all kinds of shit, throw tantrums. Then get home from late school and shit, want to jump straight on that motherfucker. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go inside their own fantasy world. That's hey, the video game is the modern day freaking imagination. Movies, everything that can be transmitted. That's the modern day imagination. That's the dream. I want to be like that. I want to be me. When did it become uncomfortable for you to be you inside your own skin? Why we gotta be somebody else? What happened to this identity? Why is it a crazy mass identity crisis busting off right now? I want to be like him, but I don't want to go through the same shit he did to get what he got. So, cause I don't want to go through the same struggle, I'ma just hate on him. Like, when did that become the modern theme of it's so-called what they consider normalcy? Because it's obviously normalcy because it's happening more and more regularly, on a more and more daily rate, of more frequency, where it's just why, why is this occurring like that? Oh, Grimace just showed up to work. Oh snap! Oh snap! I see you. Bloop bloop. Trying to get your ruples up.
Yeah.
Hey, is that the one that do the multiplayer one?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, that can't do the multiplayer.
This a old game.
It even got any that had multiplayer.
Yeah, it's some games on the 64 that was multiplayer.
Oh, we might have to find one of them, man. Revamp that joint. Put some jits on it. Find a little launcher or whatever and joint and get that going.
I came out here to fight. Where y'all at?
Oh, you came and fight them guys. Oh, smack them up. Smack them up. Uh, hey man, I be watching them creature films and stuff like that, man, with the nature. Like how we just was watching the cat with the mouse the other day. Man, I be watching them
If
joints.
1,000
Like yo, check this joint out.
ants had to fight a black widow, what would actually happen? Would the spider's venom come out on top? Would the ants overwhelm her? Well, in this video,
I'm already gonna say that I got the ants. I got the ants just because ants are strong as shit. You know, ants are strong as a motherfucker. Even with a black widow, he'll get overwhelmed just because there's so many ants. You know what I'm saying? Well, you see what they talk about.
I'm gonna test ants against that and tons of other interesting scenarios to see how strong ants really are.
The only problem is I don't have 1,000 ants. Thankfully, I found this website that sells just that. And the coolest thing is it's a mystery species, meaning we might actually get something really good. $300. Let's just add this to the cart.
And I bought
Damn, homie bought $300 worth of ants. That's what's up.
the most expensive shipping option to make sure the ants would arrive without any dying during the shipping.
Oh, I am so excited. As long as I get a good species, it's going to be so fun to watch these go against the Black Widow and everything else I have planned for them.
Anyways, I brought them to the recording area and opened up the package, and I was kind of surprised by what I found.
No, are they in here? Oh my gosh. Okay, there actually is like 1,000. Okay, at least I didn't get scammed.
Since they were in a pill bottle, I couldn't really get a good look at them, so I got a clear container and dumped them all inside. Instantly, you could now see the true scale of what 1,000 ants actually looks like. And at least,
Yeah.
I think it's 1,000. I'm not counting all these guys. And after analyzing the species, I realized that these were harvester ants, which are equipped with venomous stingers and massive mandibles, meaning yes, this was actually going to be a very interesting video.
Damn, so they got some mysterious species joint. They got, I guess, better quit from wherever they got them from. Wherever he got them from, $300 though. Hey, shout out that guy that bust that lick right there for that 300 for your ants. Hey, you see how good they are. Then.
Video with everything I was going to test.
Now, for these 1,000 ants to be able to fight a black widow, we first need to get them in a nest. And well, everyone say hello to the Terra jar. It's like Terra Green, except I replaced the green with a jar. Anyways, let me go and dump all these guys in here. Be free, everyone. This is way bigger than that tiny pill bottle you were in.
Right away, you could see the ants starting to move around on top of the soil. Now, you might be thinking that this isn't enough space for the ants. Well, it actually is, because this is specifically...
Hey, I know somebody in their head popped up and said, yo, what if there was probably like an ant species and shit at one time that probably constructed the goddamn pyramids and shit? Hey, if it was an ant species, dog, you see how fast this is with his time lapse and shit. But yo, ants all like fucking crazy building. Like, watch this shit out.
Designed for the ants to dig out tunnels all along the sides of the glass. And as the video progresses, we're going to see their nests get crazier and crazier. And yeah, most of the ants were kind of going crazy trying to climb up the glass, but after leaving them alone for only a few hours, you could see they were already starting to construct their tunnel system. Each of the worker ants would pick up singular grains of sand from the tunnels, walk up to the surface, drop the sand, and go back down to repeat the process. And when you have 8,000 ants, you can see they dig out a pretty good amount in only just an hour of this time-lapse footage.
Oh, yeah, it's sick to see the ants already starting to build their nest, and it should be fully dug out by the end of the video.
Yo, an hour, like, damn.
Anyways, as you know, I'll be putting these guys to the test against a black widow. But before then, I have all of these different training activities to prepare the ants for the final spider boss. Second up, we're going to see how fast they can take down some prey. Yup, we've got a cricket. Oh my gosh, crickets hate me. And sorry, buddy, you are going to be, well, I guess you guys will see what's about to happen.
Well, right after dropping the cricket in, literally within like a nanosecond, the ants were swarming it. I thought it would only take like a couple minutes, but no. This cricket was already pinned down.
Damn, homie. You didn't even get the cricket a fair fade, man. You dropped them straight in, man. The gravity fucking stunned, bro. Damn. That's like a fucking falling off a goddamn building to like a fucking bug if you think about it, man. Like,
well, right after dropping
right there, right, he do nigga, right, he doing straight down, man. Look at him. He's already up down like fuck.
Dropping the cricket in.
Turn around, yo, already had him. And he's like, oh, you.
Literally within
oh snap.
like a nanosecond, the ants were swarming it. I thought it would only take like a couple minutes, but no. This cricket was already pinned down, getting venom injected into him. As I said earlier, each of these ants is equipped with a venomous stinger. That is obviously not super deadly to humans, but to crickets, when there's like 20 ants repeatedly stinging you, you're kind of done for. Yep, ants don't play around when there's a threat near their nest, and you can see over the next 30 minutes, the cricket stayed completely surrounded by the ants. And I'm guessing they already started to rip its antennas off and stuff to get a tasty meal to spread with the rest of the colony.
He probably already in like a state of where he's already like dead, you know, like either dead or so paralyzed from like their venom or whatever, he couldn't do nothing within like the first 3-5 seconds. Like it was over.
Dang, that was cool to watch. Anyways, it's getting late, so I think I'm gonna go and put this bucket on top of the ants so it's dark for them. Now I'm gonna go to sleep, and hopefully when I wake up, there's gonna be tons more tunnels. Anyways, yeah, see you guys in the morning.
And over those next 10 hours, the ants made their tunnels so much larger and more intricate than before. And on the back, they even had tunnels all the way down at the bottom, with ants actively walking about the whole system.
Anyway, ants, it's 8 a.m., and that means it's time. As you can see, the alarm's going off. It's time for challenge number 3. Let's get these ants trained even more.
For this training, I have to pick up one unlucky ant and transport him to the ant lion pit. If you don't know what an ant lion is, well, this is it. It's just a tiny little bug that has actually evolved over millions of years to be an expert at taking down ants. Basically, when you go and put them on the floor, they start to dig themselves under the ground, and then they just go around digging. And I have 9 more of these guys, which I spread across the whole tank. And as you can see, they all dig around, making these little lines in the ground. But after waiting a few hours, you can see that each of the ant lions had actually dug out their own little pits in the ground. And when an ant walks into the bottom of them, they're basically cooked.
All right, ant, I'm going to put you right at the start. At the end, I'm going to put some breadcrumbs so you can bring back to the colony if you survive.
Okay.
And without further ado, I let the ant loose. Let's see if he can get the bread to feed the colony. Immediately, he started to explore around the sand area. He had no idea that he was constantly walking near these pits of death. And eventually, he took the wrong step and stumbled inside of one. These pits are specifically designed to make the ants trip into them, but the ant lion at the bottom must have been sleeping or something, because nothing happened and the ant was just able to walk out. But if you look closely, this caused the ant lion to wake up. He was now active and armed, with his mandibles now throwing up sand in case the ant walked in again. And over the next few minutes, the ant did just that. He kept walking inside of the pit, but the ant lion just could never quite snap on the ant at the right time. Well, that was until this. You see, this is paused footage, but basically if we unpause it, you can see exactly what happens when an ant lion gets a hold of the ants. The ant lion started to bring the ant underground, and within a few seconds, it was like there was never anything even here. I thought it was over, and you could tell by the sand moving that the ant was getting pulled further and further underground. But all of a sudden, I saw this. A little bit of the ant's head had poked out of the ground. He somehow was fighting back. Must have been using its stinger to try and escape. I immediately rushed back and recorded with my other camera, and what I saw was so weird. The ant had somehow made it out from under the sand, but it wasn't trying to escape. In fact, it was using its front legs to try and dig back under the ground.
Whoa, what the
Yo.
heck? Why is this ant digging like a dog? He's literally using his front legs to.
He's trying to finish it, yo. Apparently that venom he got, it gave it to him. He's trying to get back in it. He's gonna kick him out the front door. He's trying to find a way back in.
Dig in the sand where he almost just got killed? Bro, this guy's crazy. Nah, bro, if you want to be eaten by an ant lion that bad, I will gladly put you right there. Have fun, buddy.
Right after putting him in this pit, this ant lion also woke up and eventually snapped at the ants. And it once again started to pull him underground.
Damn, he
But
started stabbing
miraculously,
that one
this
too?
ant was able to fight back once again and somehow
He
broke
stabbed
free,
that one too.
immediately ran out of the hole and straight over to the breadcrumbs to claim his prize. Nah, this ant tricked me to have me move him closer to the bread, and now he somehow won the challenge.
Nah, bro, there is something up with these ants. I'm being dead serious. How on earth did he escape the ant lion pit over here? And how on earth did he escape this one and then know to go to the bread? And now he's trying to bring bread back to the colony. Bro, well played. You survived. I'll bring you and all the bread back to the colony.
So I brought it all over to the next.
He's like, I got you, sucker. Hey, whatever venom that joint got, man. It obviously bust through that shell of that freaking ant lion, because he made two of them retreat.
And the entire colony was clearly super excited because they all swarmed the bread and started taking little pieces of it underground. Anyways, I went and waited a few hours and came back to find the nest even bigger once again. The ants still are not done with their training sessions, and next up, we gotta see if they can survive some Venus flytraps for some food. So I immediately picked up some of the workers to bring them to the flytrap minefield, completely decked out with tons of Venus flytrap plants.
For the food on this obstacle, we got a gorilla. I'm just kidding. I don't know why it's packaged in this. Basically, what it is just a bunch of oats, and I'm just gonna feed these to the ants. Let's put them inside.
You see, each Venus flytrap has these tiny little trigger hairs inside of them, and when something touches them, it causes them to close. And if I carefully put the oats in between the hairs without hitting any of them, I can basically just put the food in here, which will make the ants have to carry them out. But it was actually pretty hard to get the oats perfectly inside, so I ended up just spreading the oats everywhere around the tank.
All right, let's see how the ants do in here. I have a feeling they're not gonna do too well, but
What y'all think, man? I think the ants gonna get it, yo. They gonna get out there and get it, man. The whole little gang right here. Look, they got detachment like unit 454 right here. They gonna get the most out on that mission. Just get it.
Immediately, the ants had started to swarm out the tube that I'd put them in, and they were probably really confused of why they were all just transported away from their nest. And for a little while, they kind of just walked around, investigating their new environment. That was until a couple minutes later, where this first ant walked up to a Venus flytrap plant. He probably had no idea that these plants were basically alive and wanted to eat him whole. Thankfully, though, this guy was able to walk out of the plants without triggering any of the traps. However, a few minutes later, this ant walked up to another one of the plants. And, well, this time, all I'll say is he wasn't as lucky. Surprisingly, he wasn't super attracted to the oats, but it did seem like he may have been attracted to the traps themselves. You see, Venus flytraps create a very thin layer of nectar around the lip of the jaws to lure insects in. And eventually, this ant ended up, well, walking into one, hitting a trigger hair, and just like that, he was now stuck inside of the jaws. As you can see,
Damn, that's crazy. They secrete a nectar. It looks sort of like juice, and the ant just go for it. That's wild.
eventually, the ant was just walking around inside trying to escape, and he had no idea what to
He
do.
said, I got you, sucker. What you gonna do now?
Too bad for this guy. This trap is going to release a type of acid over the next few days to basically just turn him into some nutrients to make the plant even stronger. Now,
He about to hit him with that reptile fatality right there. Finish him. You expected it to happen instantly, and he's like, nah, it takes about 3 to 4 days.
interestingly enough, pretty much all the ants I'd put inside were staying away from the traps and were all grouped up around this corner. In fact, they were actually starting the process of digging some more tunnels. Now, these ants still think they're in the nest. They're just trying to dig. Well, I mean, I guess it's pretty smart if you're not getting eaten by the traps. Because over the next 20 minutes, only one single ant came across another Venus flytrap. This guy. Let's call him Larry. Now, Larry is a daredevil because he was walking all over the jaws of all of these plants, absolutely risking it for the biscuit. But eventually, Larry's luck ran out because of this happened. The jaw had closed on him, leaving half of his body stuck out of it. But this was actually pretty good for Larry, because it means he had a chance to escape. Using all of his strength, which, albeit is not very much, he tried pushing himself out of the jaws. But the trap is designed to just get tighter and tighter as time goes on, meaning this ant was doomed. Well, not actually, because I kind of felt bad for Larry, so I cheated nature and used my tweezers to open the trap. I safely...
Bruh, come on, man. I was hoping the thing might have, stabbed it up a good bit with his little tail at an angle and, maybe got out. But come on, man, you cheated.
They got Larry out and brought him back to the rest of the colony. Anyways, that training actually went really well. Every single ant survived except one. So I brought them all back to the...
Larry going back to tell all the troops about that adventure right there. And Larry's like, yeah, okay. We know what to look for now, guys. Yeah. We're going to run it back on him when we come back.
Nest and gave the whole colony a bunch of these little gorillas.
Oh, no, he just put him back with the main colony. So he's coming back with the combat experience. Oh, it's going down.
Oats to show my support. As you can see, it didn't take long for some of the ants to start moving the oats down to their intricate tunnel systems. And speaking of these tunnel systems, the last training session I'm putting these ants through before the Black Widow is a flood simulation. Yeah, I'm flooding this ant nest.
Well, kinda, because if I actually flooded this thing, it would kill at every single ant. So instead, I've got this thing called the Little Dripper, which, as you can see, drips water.
Yeah, it might seem kind of lame, but this little bit of water should be enough to eventually collapse part of the ant's tunnel system. And if it does collapse, if they can fix it quickly, it means they would have passed all my training missions, and that means they're ready for the Black Widow. So I immediately started to drop the little droplets of water. And initially, the ants were very
Versus nature. Let's go.
confused. Some of the droplets were hitting the ants and making them get completely drenched in water. But to my surprise, it almost seemed like the ants wanted to get wet, because more and more of the ants started to gather around where the water was dropping. Eventually, a whole pile of ants was getting completely soaked by it. You see, ants are amazing in their ability to work as a team. And in the wild, if a real flood occurred, a massive ant colony would literally join together to make a raft out of their bodies. And that way, the important stuff like the queen and eggs could stay on the top and stay dry.
That's crazy. So on top of roaches and beetles, ants can survive a damn flood. That's crazy.
Ensure the future of the colony. And on a mini scale, this is sort of what the ants are doing here. They're joining together to make a shield out of their bodies that will prevent the water from getting into their tunnels where all the eggs are stored.
Wow, ants are actually amazing. I was totally expecting these tunnels to just collapse from the water, but it seems like ants have literally evolved to do pretty much anything. I'll remove this water. I don't want to do any more harm to this group.
They instantly took down the cricket, somehow escaped the ant lions, survived the Venus flytraps, and even survived a flood. And throughout that process, they managed to build an awesome nest with a thriving colony.
It is safe to say these ants are ready for my Black Widow. Now, this is actually my last Black Widow because all the other ones in my other videos
Damn.
But anyways, I went and put the Black Widow in a container
My man said they escaped.
so you guys could get a good look at it. And as you can tell, it has that insane, iconic red hourglass abdomen. Wait, sorry. This is my pet robot, Black
Right, that was the toy.
Widow. This is not the real one. Here is the real Black Widow. As you can...
There he is. I know you. There's a lot of you out here in the woods. I had caught like 5 of them just this year. I catch too. Be having some good battles.
Tell it's extremely creepy, and under its glossy black abdomen is where the red hourglass is located. These guys have an insane amount of venom, so if it even bites a single ant, it's safe to say it's gonna be a goner. Anyways, here is the tank where the final battle will take place. I went and put a few sticks from my backyard, then I put in the Black Widow. Immediately, she started climbing all over the sticks, and I went and waited a little while she sort of settled in and found a nice spot to rest. Once she did, I went to the ant nest, scooped a good amount of the workers into a tube so we could get this battle started.
Let's get
It's
some
about
ants
to
in
go
here.
down.
Let the games begin.
Immediately, the ants started to run out of the tube and down onto the sand. When pretty much all of the ants had made it down to the sand, some started to make their way over to the Black Widow, which was just perched right above them on the sticks. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty impatient guy, and I couldn't bear to wait for the battle to start. So I literally picked up the stick myself to bring the spider down to the ants. Immediately, the spider started to run around. None of the ants really noticed besides this guy. That kind of bit the spider's leg or something and scared it away. The spider tried to escape as fast as it could by climbing the glass, but it was too slick. Once a few other of the ants had noticed the Black Widow was on the ground, they started to jump it. And it was actually pretty funny to watch, because as you can see, there's barely any ants, and the spider was so scared, trying to run away at full speed. Bro, you're like the most venomous spider in the world. Why are you not just fighting back? And yeah, a couple of the ants just kind of continued to terrorize the Black Widow. But the thing is, all of the rest of the ants were kind of just doing their own thing at the other side of the enclosure. I had to make this more interesting, so I had a better plan. I went and picked up all of the ants to bring them back to the nest.
All right, well, I got the Black Widow from the tank, and hey, the title did say 1,000 ants versus Black Widow. Let's actually put this to the test against 1,000 ants.
You couldn't run the fade against two of them. Now you taking on 1,000. It's over.
Well, I dropped the spider inside, and it immediately started going crazy, running everywhere. And obviously, the ants did not act kindly. Every single worker went on red alert mode and jumped onto the spider, grabbing her with their mandibles and repeatedly stinging it over and over. As you saw with the cricket, ants do not mess around with stuff in the nest. And to my surprise, the Black Widow did not even get a chance to fight back. It's actually pretty crazy how quickly the ants had pinned it down and started to devour it. And yeah, well, that's literally all that happened. And that should answer your question of who wins in a fight. 1,000 ants definitely wins. And they basically beat everything. There's a reason why ants are the secret king of the animal kingdom, because there's...
I already had figured that. Like, yo,
Just imagine what they gonna do to your ass. The fuck?
right, imagine what they're gonna do to you. Some kind of crazy experiment makes these motherfuckers get even bigger than the size that they already are. Know what I'm saying? You wanna see an ant the size of a dog and shit, that motherfucker come up and just rip your damn leg off.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, oh, what's that? What's that game that came out, Grounded? Right, imagine some grounded shit happen. Not on us to shrink us down, but make them up. Like, man, some of the craziest fucking shit ever. What else we got? Oh, the thing. What was it, oh yeah, this joint right here, bro. I gotta take it back. You ever, I don't think you ever seen this joint right here. This is a dude I know from way back in the day in joint. He used to make like psychedelic videos and joint. Check this joint out. up and they spill all that ink all over the paint. I want to see that picture when it's done. Whoo! Y'all remember that classic high all the time? Yeah, damn, boy. Needed to survive. Know what I'm saying? Tell them, Grim, we gotta get high all the time. Needed to
Man,
survive. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Jumped in the time machine for that one right there, boy. I was doing that. Oh, she said for sure. I'll let you know. Indeed. Indeed. Let's see what else is going on out there, yo, because they got some crazy shit going on in the world. You'll see what else is going on right now out here in this world. 'Cause we already touched on the pet thing, you know what I'm saying? But then we had some joint earlier that went on. Where's this at? Somebody done sent me something. Let me see. see nothing inside that. No. Oh snap! What we got? Let's see what's going on with bro. Let's bring bro on here. Let's see what he bopping with right now.
All my ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All my ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All my ladies in the club, throw it back for me. Baby, come back to the floor, throw it back for me. 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 Up in the club, yeah, it's going down here. Chilling out the bar, bring a couple rounds here. What you drinking on, girl? I got some crown here. What you smoking on, girl? I brought a pound here. On the dance floor, yeah, I watch it get low. Watch it get a splits and I watch her flip. Oh, is you drinking on me? She the shit. Whoa, music bringing out the speaker, this a hit. Whoa, jump into the floor, show me what you know. Take it to the crib, take it to the mall. Fuck up on the bed, fuck up on the floor. Baby, throw it back, let me get control. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. Baby, drop it to the floor, throw it back for me. Throw it back for me. Throw it back for me.
He over there and live
Throw
right
it
now,
back
bro.
for me. Throw it back for me. Smoking really good, baby, feeling really good. Throw it back, throw it baby, like you really should. Baby, about to dance, you know what you working with. Put my gas to the times, we can turn your head. You do the damn thing, baby, do the damn thing. You ain't getting to the music, that's a damn shame. On the dance floor, get it with a bad chick. To the beat, baby, this is another classic. Baby, about to dance, girl, you know that ass sick. Treat it like a stripper girl, we can do tricks. Take it to the back room, get that ass hit. Throw it back for me, baby, get that ass hit. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. Baby, come back to the floor, throw it back for me. Throw it back for me. Throw it back for me.
That vibe, turn up on.
Throw it back for me. Throw it back for me. All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All the ladies in the hood, throw it back for me. All the ladies on the floor, throw it back for me. When they come back to the floor, throw it back for me. 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 All the ladies in the club, throw it back for me. All the ladies in the hood, throw it back for me. All the ladies on the floor, throw it back for me. Let me come back to the floor, throw it back for me. 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 Throw it back for me.
I fuck with that last one right there. What you think of that? That throw it back for me. I told you, he got something that he been cooking up. He been in the studio lately. Right, he ain't even doing it on his phone no more. He in the studio lately. And once he get that equipment and that rhymes over there from the giveaway, man, he'll be able to put this out. Put this out, have that comes through one for one. But you see what else they doing over there, man. Oh, Jordan jumped in. It's a fire. Let's get back to it. I said, Brody, with this thing.
Walking through the sea so cool. All black, stay strapped, get clapped if you fuck with the crew. Maybe you be up under my shoe. Turn blue, niggas get stumped out in my timber boots. Bulletproof all over the suit. Got it ordered, custom made Cartiers and the fedora. Met me a fine ass chick at a Sephora. Hit it from the back, just smoked up on the quarter. Took it to the crib, the legs was on my shoulder. Briefcase style, yeah, I had the folder. He said my meat good is better than Ponderosa, so I got the pound the Pussy over and over. Now I'm out the door, the baby, the show is over. Headed to the block, you know I'm selling that motor. Haters talk shit, them knock your head off a shoulder. Territory mine, hey yeah, I'm taking over. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Maybe the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Look, I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Blast with killers, we fast with triggers. Glass we fill up with Hennessy and blast some niggas. Prepare, run up, gotta blast them too. Real niggas don't do what they have to do. Tell a roll up a blunt, then I crack a brew. Got a call from a chick, she was passing through. Never tear the gas up in the afternoon. Got a call from a plug, now I have to zoom. Full of motherfucking fans trying to track my moves. Y'all bitches can't fight, kick back my moves. I'm the black John Wick that I pack your crew. I think you gonna need some fucking backup, dude. AK and take your motherfucking backup, dude. And your wife will think I'ma stand up, dude. I see you hit a strap, bitch, you strapped up too. Shoot your ass in the head if you act up, fool. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Let's go. It's the real hip hop. What it do? Bob with the nine. Real hip hop.
That's how they got it going on in Detroit. What you think of that joint, bro? That shit was bopping. That shit was bopping, bro. Yeah, what you got going on over on your screen, dog? Why it's so dark? You got your man just in the corner drowning this shit. The game done put you on timeout. Shorty done came up and said, bring your ass to bed. Going up all late. Tell us the weekend. Some people are like, it ain't the weekend. What are you talking about? It is. Today's like my Sunday. Middle of the week for y'all. Home day for you. We just put in overtime. That's how what we do on our weekend. Put in that overtime. You feel me? This man's over there in the corner. Dang, bro, you don't put the character in the corner, man. Where's the right for the NPCs at, man? Where's the NPC joint at? Fall guy, or what was it? Free guy. Right. Get a picture of his screen right there. You know what I'm saying? That makes some crazy artwork. Just be careful, cause you know whatchamacallit likes to come after people. You know, they like to come after people. You know, freaking Nintendo. You know, they like to do that. Told y'all about the couple that was not even like 47 minutes to win. They got hit with $14.5 million for having ROMs, software on their computers. What we didn't know is that they were profiteering at the same time. They were selling the subscriptions to where you had to have a subscription to access the ROMs. That's where they messed up. Just having that data pool was like sort of midway. Then it wasn't. But there are so many things out here. So many things out here. What up? Shoot, that's like everywhere. And well, you know, shootings. Can't really even talk about shootings because shootings is so goddamn current. soon as you discuss it, it's like bam, 15 to 20 heavy hunters done happen within like seconds of it. So it's like you really can't give it attention. And then the more frequent it happens, it's just like, like funeral services and shit. Like people are shooting them up more frequently now. There used to be some old gangster junk. The jobs at the funeral while they burying the people and then light them up. But then the old head, the OGs, they got a code. Remember the Sunday laws. You knock the hat off of granny, you come back replace it. It's peace. Catch me when the sun go down and Monday comes in. You know? Now it ain't even like that. You slide on them in the nighttime. Let's use military tactics and military artillery to slide on them in the middle of the night. When they inebriated. Or while they out there playing open. We gotta play by them tactics. Cause the fade is like, oh man, we can't go get our ass whipped by them guys. They gonna hold over our head. Make us really have to shoot their ass. I can't show up my whole crew and we all get dusted the fuck off or dust y'all the fuck off and not feel a type of way. Cause every man got their ass whipped on the other side. Alright. But the original fade, that's how it's supposed to go. Everybody that shows up supposed to throw that. You got the original fade, and then you got your man right there in the back for the remix. And his band supposed to be set up for the remix. And then the next one's squaring off. I know I have happened a couple times in the club and stuff like that. I got people with me. I ride with me. Even if they the one that might have started the fight. I'm trying to finish it. Somebody hit one of my homeboys, that's like you hit me. I ride for my team. Even if they were in the wrong and shit, I'm still there talking my shit to the police. They gonna put me in the cuffs and put me to the side just cause. I'm like, yo, calm down, sir. Calm down. He ain't going to jail. Hey, motherfucker. Hey. But you're pushing the limits. We might just take you. You alright? Hey, shit. Don't take my boy. Alright. Taking my boy, shit, take me with him. Ain't got shit else to do. You feel me? Plus to do that at the time, like, man, I knew we didn't have no ads and shit, bro. You ain't going in there and be right. I see my homeboy, he acting funny when he come out. Fuck that. Hell no. Especially down here in this area, yo. They ship all the different departments down here. They send them like 30 minutes down the road. Down at ECI, they send them all down here. Cats from Baltimore, people from Virginia, some from DC, some in Delaware, some in Maryland, and they ship them all the fuck down here. And then when they get out, we're the nearest town right down the street. They become part of the population. And then the population changes up. You always have like that little war. Like right now, east and west side is beefing. And most of the Baltimore cats that got out, they on the east side. West side is native. Fucking up operations and shit. I said that shit is crazy. They beefing over Route 50 and shit. Ain't nobody control Route 50. Ain't nobody stopping traffic or nothing. I'm doing some stage nighttime shits. Busting windows, hitting houses. Shooting empty houses at that. That's the funny shit. And it's the old cats that's rowing these young ones up. They got them involved in this little supposed war that's going on. You pop up like, damn, man, I thought it was war over here and shit. Nah, man, we just ratting them these young kids and shit. They just got some shit and they just trying to let off some steam and shit. Okay, and you just put them against the other side and shit. Okay. I see how y'all are. I'm out of this bitch. Who got that look at me, oh shit, Slimmy back out here and shit. Hell nah, man. I come for the walkthrough. I come for the raw through, you know. I walk through this motherfucking grip. Got y'all like, damn, y'all ain't seen him in a minute and shit. That nigga on, ain't he? You're damn right. I done got in the good side of town. I can still come back in this bitch and not get tricked by any motherfucker. And still get my shit. I'd rather grab my shit from the hood anyway, cause I like to think that whoever I just bought all they gas off of, I just put your ass out of business. Now go on and go do something else with your time and shit. Just help you from getting arrested for the thing. That's the way I see it. Might cost $100 just to clear the, clear them off. Hey, me and my boy, we do that shit during the summertime. We'll go buy everybody the fuck out. All the young kids that be out there and shit. The police be sitting right across the street in a barber shop, just sitting there plotting. We pull up at the store. I'm mainly going in just to grab some cigarillos and a drink. Post outside. See who comes through. Whip parked on the side, my man. He's sitting in there just chilling. Stunting out my shit. I don't mind. That's homie. Part of the team. You know, part of the team. Success. Ain't stingy with my people. But they ain't got it. Wreck cars and shit. I'm like that line. We'll make sure they got it. You gotta get to work. You gotta keep your shit going. Your bread funds this bread. Right. And when that, you know, almost everybody should know that. When you got that link, that weak link in your team, sometimes you don't have to really cut them out. Sometimes you just gotta strengthen that shit the fuck up. Find out where they're going weak. And then get that part up. Really. And then at the same time, be yourself all the time. What's wrong with that? Why we gotta be something else? Totally different shit. Like I got a guy that I don't know him for like 15 years. This dude popped on the camera the other day and shit. This motherfucker had the full suit on. He done changed his name. He said I go by um Valkyria Hyena. Man got the whole fucking fur suit. That's how he appears like. He's the whole right. He got the whole get up, bro. You talking about the fox, whatever creature he is? He got the whole custom outfit with that shit. I think that's just like 30 bands and shit. That's what he is now. I'm like, gotcha. Okay. But there are people that's like that. How shit? He said he up in Canada at that, so he already went to a convention and shit. I said, uh oh. My man went to the orgy. Oh yeah, what? Everybody wearing some animal fur and shit. Come on, man, that's a massive fucking orgy, man. You know most of that Canada area is fucking trees and shit. Look at the geographic area of the landscape. You don't think they ain't meeting out for camping trips? Since people still do go outside, you know, camping. And right. Hey, Graham, what would you do, bro? You take your family out for camping and shit, and you just happen to see some bizarre ass shit, bro. You thought you seen two fucking forms of fucking creatures and shit just off in the distance. I'm sorry, bro. Like, if I didn't have a good angle and shit, and I'm just hearing noise over there, y'all might just be clapping cheeks at her reaction and shit, and I just hear that, and I just see a figurine off in the shit, and I see like fur and shit, bro. Why shoot? I'll bust a water one just to see if they take off. Now if it starts talking and shit, and I might be out there like having some beers and then you read or something like, how would you react? Like really? What Crystal said? Hey, I would too. Man out there clapping cheeks. What's that? I don't know, dear. It sound like they go over there boxing, man. Sound like boxing going on. I don't know, dear. Don't go out there. But we're supposed to be the only one out here on this camping area. Let me go check it out. Let me stop by the truck real quick. Oh shit. Still got a swig of can't take no chances out here, you know. With a couple shells in here. Got that back off. Yeah, it's been a while. What's going on over there? Hey, shoot one. What the fuck? Oh my god, damn. It's the goddamn country. Goddamn country. Nah, how they be saying that in the movies and shit. Goddamn country. Damn gun. Came out of gun goddamn. I thought he gonna get at me. It's always the people, yo. That shit the craziest shit in the woods and shit, man. Why? Why they ain't never speaking? Like what happened? Did they never have like a day of getting down like the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s and all the shit we had to go through it on the first like 14 to 17 years of life when we were forced into this programming system. You might well say it. We all got programmed. Everybody damn near went to the school. Somebody sat there and said, hey, 1+1+2+3, AB, EFG, HI, QR, and right, until you fill in the letter spots. Remember when they used to have it on TV where you had the little ball that bounced? I used to like the old school cartoons, dog. Them joints were like early freestyles and rhymes and joint, man. When they used to have the Planet Rock. Planet Rock, when they would tell you some stuff that you didn't even know that you wanted to even know about some stuff. They'll sit there and be like, this is a bill hitting on the hill. And I'll make a whole damn song out of the joint. And you sitting there like, ooh, pop it to it. Uh-huh. And then they got the bouncy ball on the screen so you can stay up with the joint. It was like, oh man, that used to be the joint. I used to think it was amazing because it was like, oh man, that was the early metronome right there. So you could follow along with how the song was going. And when you get into like school and then you had like music class or whatever, oh man, you got to see how the notes and measures and counts go. Mm-hmm. So then you could just throw some stuff together. If you know how to count, you just throw some stuff together. It might be wacky. You know what I'm saying? But if you know how to count with it, you could just go with it. A lot of people, you hear it all the time, they just hear it and they just like, woo! God dang. Like Brother Hurricane, he like that. He spits that, man. He spits it like that. Let's see what he got going on over there. Hey, Grim, man. Appreciate you dropped in with us. I know she done kidnapped you, bro. I know she done kidnapped you.
Yeah, real black man, I'm crafted in God's image. Lyrically, I'm a savage, and good from the plan. With the I penetrate, stuck in your wet class, millennials. I'm heavyweight savage with the flows, quick feet. I got lean shoulders when I do them, leave them flat in the rain. I kill when I lift off, finish like Dominique, underrated like Pippen, one to bring in the rain. Put in a lot of work, my 6 inches for the team. Just give me that hand off and I'ma run it at the same. Fake smiles, fake nods, when you hear me on the beat. On my phone against the odds, I'ma keep on doing me. Competition in the mud for the nervous side. I'm a butcher, not a scholar, and I ain't been fine. I'm finna step for all my brothers above or underground. And I'm the black queen, it's the flowers and crown. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. It's time to unload, the drama unfold. My 44 gold, taking your soul, never reload. The battlefield's making me flow, but the government kill a ball with every flow. I'm the infamous lyricist of the band, they just as eminent, implement all the titles to kill us with these instruments. With these synthesis, shine your one in the instant, quick congregated the name, you better know who you're dealing with. Small master, slowing down cause I'm faster, faster in the dark of business for my cash. Natural disaster, I'm the final chapter. Happy running this circle like an after, still no bastard. I'm the warrior, battlefield to be glorious. Skills is so notorious, ETO anti-Morpheus. The anomaly, speaking new philosophy, speaking with the velocity, cause a lot of atrocities. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. Know yourself, you see the vision, multi-dimension, parallel worlds with you ascending, shadow work, inner work. I was an introvert, grown up the shell, time to put in work, I'm in the verse. I think government, democracy, Republicans, fucking mulligan, only get one shot, then I'm done with it. I'm the master, I calculated the data with dark matter, using the elements, make the space shatter, hate chatter, fair softer than cake batter. Let's take matters from earth to space battles, like an anime from Sunday to Saturday, using anatomy, playing with magic like Final Fantasy. Final boss, blade longer than several rocks. Black Messiah, hell yeah, I bear a cross. I'm a rebel by four cause. Universal law, fight the enemy through the stars. When you know, you know. 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 When you know yourself, you see the power, the very power that turn the enemies to cowards. They keep the vodka. I turn the minutes into hours. They look the sour. Open game, it's like the clock tower. Spit the mantra, analytical monster. With the truth, I'm a conquer. Enemies acting bonkers. I'm exuberant, they maneuvering. Hooligan, shooting me to the hooligan. Hell no, I ain't doing no. Destroy the temple. Using powers of elementals. So essential to my team, despite the differential. I'm a warrior, keep it simple. My flow make the triple instrumental, cause it did mention no time ripples. Good with it, two bicycles, a slice missiles. Cut together, man, I turn takes in the bicycles. I'm a rebel like forward cars, universal law, throw the enemy through the stars, kill them all. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. When you
How the fuck? What?
Hey, Hurricane got it over there bopping on the motherfucking USS Hurricane right now, boy. You got the motherfucking holodeck 3 lit up. See? We ain't in holodeck 4 tonight, you know? We don't let him take over the club scene tonight, so you know he over there doing him. While we over here, you know, we done took over the captain quarter.
Stop, kid. Stop you. Stop.
Right. They trying to stop us, premise. They didn't know that we were on the inside the whole time.
You
See?
throw me out.
They didn't know that we had a contract with the dark side, you know, for the ship to get hit from the moon. Nobody was trying to like figure out the backstory. Like I had somebody try to hit me up with the backstory, and they had a good 30, and I was surprised that they sat there and they actually seen what I was trying to transpire with the first part of Fun Quarter Saturn.
on the egg to hatch.
Oh, egg dash. Okay. I don't know nothing about that game right there. Apparently, you can hatch eggs or whatever. Huh. Game said his chat ain't frozen. He must have tapped in over here for a second. He's trying to see how he looking. We got you, brother Hurricane, over here, man. These new joints she got between the conversations, right? The viewers count start going low, the little tactics are ever supposed to do it, the bait and switch of the show business, they like to call it the game. It's alright, we ain't on our stuff all the time, so got a good picture of our news. Yo, did you just bop that man to wake him up in the middle of the night? You just attacked him, bro.
Nah,
So it's still nighttime and he just woke up.
nah, it's daytime now. I had to wait till morning so the egg could hatch.
I was about to say, cause it looked like you kept trying to hit him with some kind of cream device or something, like shaving cream.
It was an egg.
You were trying to crack the egg on him.
I'm trying to see what the egg wake him hatch. But nah,
Right. So his head was so hot that it acted like an incubator.
nah, I was trying to see what it just hatch interacted with him, and then he just had to wait till the morning.
Yeah. So it's still interacting with him in a way. Cause you don't have the egg no more, right?
Yeah, after it hatches. Yeah,
Oh, so it has started.
yeah.
Okay. See. Okay. So now you gotta do a little puzzle. Crack the pieces. Gotcha. To the lossy groove. Yeah. What you playing that on the launcher?
The the switch.
Or you're playing on your device?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's that?
Switch.
No, I'm talking about the game.
The Legend of Zelda and the Ocarina of Time.
Oh, okay, that's the one with the flute, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that one now. Only made it to the beginning when you first get the little flute.
I beat this game a couple times.
Yeah, I remember the flute joint. I tried to drop some beats on it. Remember Minecraft? Minecraft was a joint when it came out. Oh my gosh. So many worlds that were just beats. Worlds that were just beats. As soon as you came in, you hit the little red stone switch and you just sit there and wait for about a good 3-4 minutes. And then the beat plays. And play on a loop with all these different colored blocks that were pitch tones. You had to have them set up certain order just so when the circuits hit for the redstone, it would trigger each one to where you have a whole big ass field, blank ass field of just musical blocks that's hitting different tunes and making shit. I did the black and yellow. I had seen somebody do that, so I had made black and yellow, and then I started from there. And then I ended up doing System of a Down, Chop Suey. Then I tried Linkin Park. I ended up pulling that one off. That took a little, spent more time on that. And the statues inside the world, they were easy. You use CAD program and you can get an estimate of how many blocks that you would take different colors of just to build that structure. Then when they went to the pixel side, the Terraria, that joint was dope. I demolished the crap out of that game. Oh man, made a tool for that. I can do whatever I want in there. I want all the blocks to go ahead and bust simultaneously and just everybody going straight down to the little house. And we fight the boss. I'll free my place. Yeah, dang, Grim, you said that's on the console?
Yeah,
Oh man, you might have to get that on the launcher. A heart is
Mm-hmm.
four. Yeah, so a heart is four pieces with a value of four. So bam, you got like what three? So that's 12. You got 10 health right now. See, I ain't even playing the game and I already reversed engineered the mechanics though. I'm telling you, man. You start doing different stuff with different life, you get different views on stuff. You start moving strategic. I started moving way strategic when I started getting back into coding. And it was like, dang, this is what is coding? Idea of a different way of creating something. You hop inside of a code environment, you don't have no code. You gotta provide the code. Even if you're trying to get the AI to give you like some beginner code, it'll just give you some stuff that's public domain. That's out there. They ain't the right stuff that he's giving you. He's just giving you a blueprint. Here, try this out. This will get you started. And I give you some suggestions on some stuff. Like, nah, I don't need suggestions on stuff. I even need you to make me a precompiled empty header file. I need that for it. Now I got a whole extra file I gotta include and stuff. I need that. Give me an empty project like I did. Somebody said what language we in? And I do C++. Pretty fluent in C sharp. Got about a year and a half of C. Pretty good with D invoke, P invoke. But I mainly work in C++. That's my main coding environment. Paid very well. Definitely paid very well. Yeah. Donnie Grimm. I ain't got a cap on that, bro. He's my partner in the business. I'm running with the guys because of content. I told you. My people, they already done deserved on the day, and they're like, yeah, okay, this is how we gonna do this, and we're gonna run through it and knock it out in the first try. Very good. That be your crowd, Grim. That's your people. Easter egg come out on new zombie map. Y'all running that bitch over and over instead of sitting there and just figuring, yeah, just trying to figure some shit out. I'll wait till the high rounds and shit. And shit chaotic and be like, oh, okay, well, does anybody know the steps in Easter egg? Lucky for you, you my homie, so I always pay attention to some shit. So I'm already telling you, hey man, you gotta go over there and do such and such and such. And then you gotta go over here and do this, and then go grab these and then put this on. Alright. Blackout 6, every time a glitch came out, I plugged you in, right? Hey bro, go inside here and hit this shit. We already had shit that I was hoping people didn't discover. Remember the little fucking faucet thing? Teams at first and grab that shit. Make sure I'm the one that grabbed it. I'm be the one sitting here cranking that shit up the whole game. You're not completing this part of these trade. We're gonna crank this up and we're gonna rack in all these points. So when we get to like round 20, everybody should have at least 100, 200,000 upgraded, good guns, got they perks and all kinds of shit. Now we can really play. I'm trying to get on there and play for some hours, knock some ranks out and shit. They getting smacked the fuck down now. Somebody I can run all the way across the map. Now they got all these fucking zombies. Got to go through, get this guy the fuck up, and then all them fucking zombies, and then that both of them go down. Somebody else got to go over there. Now that's three of the big ass things chasing him, and then now you got to do it for the impossible. I hate that shit. Like damn, dog, I'm over here on the fence. Right, I'm floating on top of the fence by this tree and shit. Look at them. They all piling up on me. I'm just shooting them in the head every couple seconds and shit. Just laying here. Man, come pick us up. Man, shit. Y'all just gonna have to leave the game and come back. Like shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, I be that guy that you hate, that you would hate to play with and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna get that motherfucking Easter egg done and shit. And you gonna be ecstatic. Like, goddamn, I've been trying to get this shit done. Right? I would even bring you in my game and shit. Like the other night when y'all, if y'all watched the Power World episode, hey, I didn't show no mercy. I didn't show no mercy. You know, I asked some people for a little help. They didn't want to help, so I see the thing on them, and then they bust all their trust, and then I just in there grabbing it. As soon as it dropped, I was, ooh, what's that? What's that? Gimme, gimme, gimme. I did all fat, like. Shit crazy on that game how your guy can still move, but when you're so overweight, and I wasn't even overweight that much. It's like, damn. Like, yeah. Oh snap! Who's that? You got a hottie on the screen. Who is that? Kilo now. We are the only ones. Please tell her you don't believe her. Damn. You said okay. I'm afraid. I have a feeling that man is gonna. He's such a terrible power. But it's fortunate that we have Kim. He must not like. What the fuck, Ganondorf? Fuck, bro. You must protect the Oracle of Time. Oh man. Let's see if we can find something like some Oracle of Time joint. See if Hurricane got something.
TBA radio. Turn the motherfucking speakers to the max. You're now in the mix with the baddest out there in the
stepped away for a second. We'll try it again when he comes back. But while he goes away for a second, let's take us a commercial break real quick and hit you with some more Hurricane.
This shit to keep my mind on track. Traumatized by the life I live. Growing up as a project kid. Look, troubled times, my troubled mind can't comprehend. So with this pad and pen, I write the pain within. Flame shit, ripped it through the pain with. Split kicks so quick, it make you rage quick. Look, the mental change, you gotta break quick. Because the media got you on that fake shit. Face this, the military and spaceships. Spray shit, the air smelling like paint chips. I ain't playing, this some real shit. The government deserve to catch a full clip. So gotta spit fast, this is slow mix. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government. So I gotta put my life on track. Tell you about the government, how you must react. Break backs like veins in the back and all black. I'm just telling my people to fight back. Look, they gonna label me a terrorist because the words I say is fucking perilous. They gon' pay for their arrogance. Gonna feed them to Cerebus, the embarrassment. Holy worship the Cerebus, now you perishing. Shot his ass from a distance, I am the arrowman. Anti-heroin, busting shots from the carabin. Supernatural, I kill demons and seraphims. With the cool Winchester, model 7-0, you should've known better. Don't gotta spit fast, this that slow mix. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government. Rebel flows for those that won't smoke against the government.
Those who won't smoke is the government. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey man, did y'all hear what just recently happened, man? With the freaking humanoid robot busting its motherfucking face open? Goddamn busting this goddamn shit on a hyped up announcement. Supposed to be world premiere. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be wide premiere. And it made them look bad. Don't take my word for it. I get my opinion. Check this out.
It was one small step for a robot, followed by one giant faceplant. The much-hyped Moscow debut of Idol, billed as Russia's first AI-powered humanoid robot, emerging to the theme song from Rocky. It managed a small wave before tumbling over. Organizers trying to pull a black curtain over the
truly frightening is not to fall, but not to get back up. With love.
A theme for humanoid robots across the globe. This match in China highlighting their agility and their humility. The first human versus robot marathon in April had no small amount of slip ups. While there have been stumbles, the industry at large making leaps and bounds. China's new iron robot had to be cut open at a tech demo to prove it wasn't a person in a costume. Meanwhile, Tesla's Optimus robot dancing with Elon Musk, but still needing a person behind the wheel.
I see a red apple on a plate.
OpenAI's Figure O 3 robot dazzling with AI integration.
And I think that has a lot to do with the advent of AI, generative AI, because they're able to train them so much faster than they ever did before.
AI helping train at-home robot helpers, like Neo, now available for pre-order, promising to bring us a little closer to that Jetsons lifestyle, though at a hefty price with some limits.
These ads for the Neo Beta. I mean, they're literally advertising this $20,000 robot to consumers who will, by the way, be disappointed. Somebody at the office has to make sure they can look through its eyes and do these tasks. Leaving aside all that.
Let me go back for a second here. The moment, I'm telling you, this is wild right here. The moment this becomes even more, like it's even funny, like people pay attention to some of the ways certain shit is presented to us, and you actually see what's going on. And you see what's going on. You feel me? We got clues. Let me show y'all like some big picture shit. You know, ain't saying I'm the best or smartest out there. I'm just showing you how marketing shit works, how to get some shit sold and stuff like that. Can you play off of the imagery? You put stuff in plain sight to see if people catch on and stuff like that. What old boy say right here? He told the robot come grab the thing and put it away, right? Where's Shorty at? His mistress is way the fuck back there in the distance. She's outside.
Leaving aside all that.
The moment you can make love to that robot, I'm telling you. The moment you can make love to the robot, what is the reason for having a woman around? Like, what do y'all think? The moment a robot comes into play with this AI joint, you already see that they got the clones that's already working inside people's houses. I know it's been came across. How long before people start asking these things? You know what I'm saying? Bro, what you think, bro? We done seen it in many movies.
What?
I said we done seen this in many movies. Look at movies like Player Number One and all these futuristic movies where people are stuck inside of games and stuff. And now they got these little humanoid things that's inside their house. You know, when you tell them to go put away and wash the dishes and shit. Cause your girl don't want to do it no more. So the robot goes do it. At what point, you know? I'd say about 10 years. It's probably already happening now. I've seen some robot demonstrations and skits where they done incorporated that in there. Somebody sitting there and they done hit the robot and forgot that it was like a cleaning unit in there and slid this shit off and shit. Right? That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see it right here on the news. Man trying to impregnate robot. Robot complaining
What's up?
Hey, well, yeah, bro, you sleeping? You sleeping, bro? Go to bed. We about to wrap this live up, man.
No, I
Appreciate
ain't
everybody.
sleeping, bro. I just sat back down.
Nah, bro, you were just sleeping, man. You just said,
No, nah, that's my
yeah.
girl. She sleep over there snoring.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody that came through and jumped with us, know what I'm saying? What's your audience looking like right now, Grim? You ain't even interacting with them at all, man. What you
Okay.
what's your joint looking like? 'Cause I know you had some people came through and you ain't even told me in your chat, man.
That little motherfucker ran straight over here. Shit, my
Yeah, bro.
ass
You
sitting
got to
here
talk
trying
to
to
you.
get some information on this little game.
Gotta have. Well, what's your chat looking like, man? You gotta talk to these people.
Shit
All you
up.
do is spend the
Damn,
time
I
there.
think.